Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Wednesday, 16th day of November, 15th day of Cheshvan. Here we go. Well, I'm on location at my school at all-day conferences, just ducked away for a minute to be able to do our Daily DVAR Halacha. Let's continue. Today, I just want to do a special one on some things that I noticed that people could hopefully be careful more about in little things like tefillin. Tefillin are not small, but I mean little things that go wrong while wearing tefillin and tzitzis and talis, etc. Here goes. And I'm sorry if that's just a man's halacha. Let's start with one that affects anybody, males and females, and that is a lot of times people put down a talis on a chair, on a table, or on a whatever, and this seems little, but when the talis is put down, the talis strings are touching the floor. So I got to be honest with you, it's not a giant sin to have talis strings touching the floor, but it's still not perfectly appropriate either. And if you were to come by and just gently pick up the talis strings, put them back on the chair or table, and give them a kiss, in a way it's a small mitzvah, but in a way it's a very big mitzvah. Don't think ever that a mitzvah is too small to be doing. Everything that we do here in our religion, we do for the sake of God, and what seems like a small mitzvah could have a giant, giant reward. So that's one to be aware of already, because men sometimes walk around with their talis, they're just sitting, it's loose, and a whole bunch of the strings are hanging onto the floor, not appropriate. What a man could do to help this is he could tuck his lower tzitzis strings from his talis into his belt, or gartel if he has one, to make sure that they don't drag on the floor, and that is an appropriate minhag custom if you could manage to do it. Don't let your tzitzis strings drag on the floor. While we're on that topic, men and ladies, if you ever see a siddur upside down, again, it's not a sin to have a siddur or chumash upside down, or it's not a sin really fully to have a siddur on top of a chumash, but generally the holiest book goes on top. Right side up is better, and anytime you could be rearranging this in your bookshelf, in your table, in the shul, it's a little mitzvah, but little mitzvahs can have giant, giant rewards. You never, it says this in Pirkei Avos, you never know which mitzvah can really have hidden great rewards. They're all from God, and so they should all be adhered to. While we're on that, men, when you're wearing your tefillin, you should always have the black straps, the black of the strap facing outwards. You know that, but people are sometimes like, it just slips up. You could tuck your tefillin straps into your belt to help hold them in place, if that helps. But do make certain that they're always black sides facing out. This one is much more important. Men, when you're putting on your tefillin, please make certain that you don't have your tefillin strap turned over inside out on the main loop at your head or the main loop on your arm where it's put on. That's a biblical command there, to bind the tefillin on your arm and your head. And with the strap inside out, you're not fully fulfilling that. And it's just much better fulfilled with the strap on the right way, so do be careful of that. Another one, while I'm on that, is, men, when you roll up your shirt sleeve, make certain that the loop up here is binding itself around your arm and it's not looped over the shirt sleeve at all. That's not appropriate. And try to fix that. Really, it's important. And same thing with your on your head. You do need to make certain that your tefillin strap is not having a block between it and your head by, let's say, the kippah being tucked under the tefillin strap. You have to make certain that the kippah is lifted away and not blocking between the strap and the head. If you have any issues with your hair, by the way, like it's very bushy, that could be a problem. If you have comb over hair from the side of your head that's over on top of your head and blocking out your tefillin, that's an issue too. Please be careful of things like that. The one where your tefillin are not on your arm, well, that could be blocking you from the biblical command. So do make certain that it's wrapped directly on your arm. Do make certain that your shalrosh, especially this part, is wrapped directly onto your head. Some little things, some big things that happen in tefillin, siddur, tzitzis, all around, and they should be watched for. Never consider a mitzvah too small. I like to say sometimes, if I find a penny under a car, and you might say, I'd be pretty embarrassed if I crawl under the car to get that penny. Can I tell you something important? If you crawl under that car and you pick up that penny and you put that penny in a charity box, in a pushka, then okay, maybe it was a little embarrassing crawling under a car to get a penny, but trust me, when you get to the other world and you find that you have eternal reward for that penny, you won't laugh at what you just did. So pick up those pennies, pay attention to the small mitzvahs, they're big. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.